Meanwhile, Trump was seemingly on his way to end the Iran-Israel conflict. Just 48 hours after it was escalated. And he posted yesterday that there had been a ceasefire agreement. Now, Iran initially denied a ceasefire, but by the end of the day, I mean, this is the back and forth. It's like a ping pong match. By the end of the day, yesterday, Iran said that they agreed. Now, sadly, if only things were that easy, because Israel claims that Iran violated the ceasefire. Of course, Iran denies it. Now, here's what Trump had to say this morning while leaving the White House for a NATO summit in the Netherlands. Trump swore on live TV, saying that Israel and Iran, they don't know what they're doing. Play the clip.
About that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
When I said that Trump swore, he's pissed. Again, nobody knows Trump better than I. I was by this man's side for a decade and a half. While he could get literally angry, he only swears, literally only swears when he's furious. This goes beyond. And let me be very foreshadowing here when I'm telling both Israel and Iran, Trump is pissed. And with all that's going on right now, it's probably about the last place that they're going to want to be is on the wrong side of this one. That I can assure you. Now, Trump also said that Israel needs to calm down. Play that clip.
I don't think so, but I'm not happy that Israel's going out now. There was one rocket that I guess was fired overboard. It was after the time limit, and it missed its target. And now Israel's going out. These guys got to calm down. Ridiculous. I didn't like plenty of things I saw yesterday. I didn't like the fact that Israel unloaded right after we made the deal. They didn't have to unload. And I didn't like the fact that the retaliation was very strong. But in all fairness, Israel unloaded a lot. And now I hear Israel just went out because they felt it was violated by one rocket that didn't land anywhere. That's not what we want, I'll tell you. And I'm telling you, I'm not happy about that, Israel, either.
Let me tell you, Bibi, he's speaking to you. So it's about time that those ears perked up and calmed the fuck down. He's not kidding. Meanwhile, these comments go hand in hand with what Trump posted on Truth Social this morning when he woke up and that the news, right, was given to him that the ceasefire had been breached. Let me show you what he posted in response. Now, let me be very clear. If it was only that simple, if diplomacy was only that simple. But back to the clips on the White House lawn. Trump railed on mainstream media when he was asked by a reporter about reports that Iran's nuclear capacity is not demolished, was not obliterated. Play that clip.
I think it's been completely demolished. I think the reason we're here is because those pilots, those B-2 pilots, did an unbelievable job. And, you know, the fake news, like CNN in particular, they're trying to say, well, I agree that it was destroyed, but maybe not that destroyed. You know what they're doing? They're really hurting great pilots that put their lives in the line. CNN is scum, and so is MSDNC. They're all. And frankly, the networks aren't much better. It's all fake news, but they should not have done that. Those pilots hit their targets. Those targets were obliterated, and the pilots should be given credit. They're not after the pilots, they're after me. They want to try and demean.
You know, one of the things that I wrote in my Substack of this morning, which I called obliterated or overstated, you can't have nuclear diplomacy via posts and even these statements on television. But as I sort of give the contrast there, let's assume for a moment that the claim is true, that Iran's nuclear program has been effectively dismantled, rendered inoperable, incapable of being revived. If that's the case, then this would be one of the most significant strategic wins for the United States in a generation. Question is, where is the oversight? Why hasn't the intelligence community offered corroboration? And why has no ally, certainly not even Israel, validated these claims? Now, if this was legitimate, successful operation, the American people should know what it means. We should be talking about next steps, about shifts in regional power dynamics, about the future of sanctions and diplomacy. We should be working with our allies to prevent resurgence, to ensure that the work is done. Now, here's the problem. Let's take a look at the other possibility, that the information is inflated, misleading, or worse, outright false. That would mean that the United States government, our commander-in-chief, has just declared a strategic victory when none exists. Again, my opinion is just let Congress, and I mean all of Congress, take a look. Let Israel confirm this. So far, all we're hearing is from one side, and that's from the Trump enablers or Trump himself. And you know what? It's not wrong that a reporter should just ask, hey, somebody give us some facts. Give us some information that we can actually sink our teeth into. Now, meanwhile, while on Air Force One, Trump spoke to reporters where he claimed that the ceasefire is very much in effect after speaking with Bibi. Play that clip.
Breaking news. Everything good. Israel, as you know, turned back. They didn't do that raid this morning, fortunately. That was a big thing. Appreciate it. They had a lot of planes going, and they were going to do something, and they didn't do it. We're happy about that. Very happy about that. So the ceasefire is very much in effect, and I think we're going to keep it there for a long time.
You know, look, if you will recall, on Sunday, Trump called for a regime change in Iran. That was on the Air Force One. He said that the regime change may cause too much chaos. Play that clip.
Do you want to see regime change in Iran?
No. If there was, there was. But no, I don't want it. I'd like to see everything calm down as quickly as possible. Regime change takes chaos. And ideally, we don't want to see so much chaos. So we'll see how it does. You know, the Iranians are very good traders, very good business people, and they got a lot of oil. They should be fine. They should be able to rebuild and do a good job. They're never going to have nuclear, but other than that, they should do a great job.
Yeah, again, there's so much that I'm going to talk about regarding my Substack, where I have lines that just make you fully appreciate the concerns that people have right now. But Trump then further claimed that Iran had more on their mind than just nuclear weapons. Play that clip.
President, did Iran make any commitments yesterday about uranium enrichment?
What?
About uranium enrichment.
They're not going to have enrichment, and they're not going to have a nuclear weapon, and they know that. They're going to get on to being a great trading nation. You know, they're very good traders, and they're going to be a great trading nation, and they have a lot of oil. They're going to do well. They're not going to have a nuclear weapon.
So did they
The
promise?
last thing on Iran's mind right now is nuclear weapons.
Yeah, maybe not. See, here's the problem. One of the things I say in my Substack, Americans don't want to be lied to. Not about war, not about nuclear threats, about whether they and their families are safe. And yet right now, we're being asked to take the president's word for it, again, without any transparency or oversight. You see, here's the thing. If I was there, if I was in the White House and I was guiding him, I would say, let's just get Bibi Netanyahu. Let's just get the IAEA to sit there and to validate that it has been obliterated. See, because to do anything less than that, it's not leadership. It's not national security. It's propaganda. It's propaganda masking as policy. Now, let me do this. In related news, Iran actually went on and they passed a bill to suspend cooperation with the IAEA. This is a real problem because I believe that it shows that maybe the sites were not completely destroyed or that they had moved the enriched uranium to another location. Let me show you what they said. In it, he turns around and they say the National Security Committee of the Iranian parliament approved the general outline of a bill Monday meant to fully suspend Iran's cooperation and involvement with the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, preventing future oversight of nuclear activities inside Iran. Well, the only question that, again, I would ask is why? What are they hiding? This is what causes people to start to come up with their own theories. Now, he also tried to talk about potential Iranian sleeper cells, but accidentally, he said the word supercells, which, in case you're not aware, it's a type of a thunderstorm. Play that clip.
Iranian sleeper cells in the United States.
Biden led a lot of supercells, and Biden was an incompetent president, had no idea what he was doing. Hardly ever signed a document. Other people signed documents for him with the auto pen. It was gross incompetence. And among everything else, he let a lot of supercells in, many from Iran. But hopefully we'll take care of them. What Biden did to this country should never be forgotten.
Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, Maria Bartiromo and Ted Cruz, they praised Trump's leadership after his busy morning on Truth Social. Play that clip.
Yesterday, the president had a busy morning on Truth Social, posting this: Israel is not going to attack Iran. All planes will turn around and head home, while doing a friendly plane wave to Iran. Nobody will be hurt. The ceasefire is in effect. The president brokering ceasefire and peace in the Middle East yesterday. Joining me now is Texas Senator Ted Cruz, a member of the Senate Foreign Relations and Judiciary Committees. Senator, it's great to see you again. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Assess the president's leadership on all of this and what has taken place. How do you see things?
Well, I think President Trump's leadership has been extraordinary. It has been clear-eyed. He has stood unshakably alongside our friend and ally, the state of Israel, and he acted decisively this weekend to take out Iran's nuclear capability. The military attack that our soldiers carried out was incredibly effective. We had 7 B-2 stealth bombers that dropped a total of 14 bunker buster bombs on 3 nuclear facilities, annihilated those nuclear facilities, and made it home safely with no casualties whatsoever. That was clear. That was decisive.
Yeah. Maybe Ted should have stayed off after getting his ass handed to him by Tucker Carlson, of all people. And last night, Lindsey Graham ironically said that if the ceasefire didn't hold, it would mean Trump's plan actually backfired. Play that clip.
So what would I say about the ceasefire? If the ceasefire is genuine and will lead to peace, it is a major league accomplishment. If the ceasefire is used to rearm and regroup by Iran, we've gone backwards. How can you determine the difference?
Yeah, you can't. So look, as I ended my Substack, I want to end on the same note here. It doesn't matter which party you belong to. It doesn't. Or who you support doesn't either. What matters is truth. Because in this game, the cost of being wrong, it's not just embarrassment. It's lives. And history will not forgive a country or a person that chose optics over evidence. And as always, thanks for listening.